In the intricate dance of human connection, we often see the outward displays, the smiles, the laughter, the shared moments that paint a picture of togetherness. These are the visible brushstrokes on the canvas of relationships, the moments we readily share and celebrate, laughter, a gentle touch, and heartfelt declarations of unity. These are the milestones, the public pronouncements of commitment and affection that we often associate with strong bonds. But beneath these readily visible gestures lies a hidden architecture, a complex and often unseen framework that truly determines the strength and longevity of any relationship. It's built on trust. This foundation is not built on grand gestures or extravagant displays of affection, but on the accumulation of small, honest moments, the quiet acts of kindness, and the consistent presence that truly defines a meaningful connection. Each truth shared, no matter how small, is a brick in this foundation, each vulnerability revealed, the mortar that binds those bricks together, creating a resilient and lasting structure. In a world increasingly dominated by digital personas and curated online identities, the pressure to appear perfect, to present an idealized version of ourselves, is immense and ever-present. Many, like Clara, find themselves caught in this trap and begin to subtly, or not so subtly, edit themselves to fit what they perceive a potential partner desires. Clara, a bright and ambitious woman with dreams of her own, meets Liam, a charming, successful man who seems on the surface to embody everything she's been looking for. Eager to win his affection and secure her place in his seemingly perfect world, she unconsciously begins to mirror his interests, adopting his preferences and subtly reshaping her own personality to align with his expectations. She meticulously constructs a version of herself that she believes will be most appealing to him, much like a bowerbird meticulously decorating its nest with shiny objects to attract a mate. Liam is understandably captivated by this seemingly perfect match, praising her supposed newfound love for brutalist architecture and minimalist living, unaware of the true Clara beneath the surface. But he's falling for a carefully crafted reflection, not the authentic, genuine Clara. Clara, basking in his approval and the validation it provides, tragically mistakes this superficial validation for genuine connection and deep intimacy. She doesn't yet realize that each small falsehood, each carefully concealed truth, is a seed of future instability, a subtle crack in the foundation of their relationship. The architecture of their relationship, built on a foundation of pretense and carefully constructed illusions, is already fundamentally compromised, destined for potential collapse. New relationships thrive on authenticity, but Clara's was becoming a performance. To impress Liam, she feigned culinary expertise, spending hours perfecting dishes she pretended were effortless. She downplayed her creative passions, adopting corporate jargon to match his world. She hid her true art-filled self, believing it wasn't enough. Even at home, she staged tidiness, hiding her relaxed habits to meet his standards. Each small lie, about art, pop culture, or chores, became a bar in a self-made cage. The web of deception grew, suffocating her true identity. Outings to modern art galleries bored her, but she pretended to enjoy them. She denied herself the joy of sharing her real interests. The relationship, outwardly thriving, was starving for truth. Clara was becoming a stranger to herself. The web tightened, and she felt increasingly trapped. Authenticity was slipping further away. Every structure faces a test. For Clara and Liam, it began with a birthday gift, a book on Le Corbusier, which Clara feigned to love. At dinner with Liam's parents, her embellished family history unraveled under gentle questioning. Liam's support only deepened her guilt. When he suggested buying a minimalist apartment together, Clara felt dread. She longed for a home filled with books and art. To agree meant living inside her lie. To disagree risked shattering their illusion of compatibility. The energy to maintain the facade was draining her. Anxiety replaced joy. She realized she couldn't thrive in an environment hostile to her true self. The cracks in their foundation widened. The weight of her deceptions was becoming unbearable. Everyone carries a history, but Clara kept hers hidden. Years earlier, she'd struggled with debt after university. A mistake she'd since corrected, but the shame lingered. Liam's intolerance for debt made her conceal this part of her life. This omission touched on trust and responsibility. When Liam suggested a joint savings account, Clara panicked and made excuses, deepening the distance between them. Her secrecy created the very gap she feared. The past, left unspoken, poisoned their future. Before commitment, such truths must be shared. Clara's fear of rejection kept her silent, choosing anxiety over honesty. The chasm between them grew. Relationships often reach critical junctures, moments where the path forward hinges on a single decision, a pivotal conversation. The tipping point in Clara and Liam's relationship arrived unexpectedly, disguised as a simple, even hopeful, proposal. Liam, eager to deepen their connection, asked Clara to move in together. He envisioned shared mornings, cozy evenings, and a life intertwined. For him, it was a natural progression, a significant milestone in their journey as a couple, a testament to the love he felt and the future he imagined. But for her, Liam's question wasn't a cause for celebration. It felt like a terrifying ultimatum, a challenge to the carefully constructed facade she had maintained. Living together would inevitably expose her true self, the person she had been so diligently hiding beneath layers of pretense, her overflowing bookshelves, a testament to her insatiable curiosity, her comfortable messiness, a reflection of her creative spirit, her real, unfiltered habits, the quirks and routines she had meticulously concealed to fit Liam's perceived ideal. Liam, sensing her unease and confused by her hesitation, gently asked, "Is there something you're not telling me? Something that's making you doubt this?" Exhausted by the constant performance, the mental gymnastics required to maintain her carefully crafted persona, Clara found herself at a crossroads, facing a difficult choice with profound implications for her relationship. Could she invent another lie, another carefully constructed story to explain her hesitation? Or would she finally summon the courage to tell the truth, to reveal the authentic self she had kept hidden for so long? The silence that followed Liam's question was heavy, thick with unspoken words and mounting tension. Gathering her courage, speaking with a trembling voice, barely a whisper, Clara admitted, her voice barely audible, "I don't actually like brutalist architecture. I find it depressing." It was a seemingly insignificant truth, a minor detail in the grand scheme of their relationship, but it represented the first crack in the dam, the initial breach in the wall of lies she had so carefully constructed. Surprisingly, relief, not the anticipated terror, washed over her after making the confession. The intricate web of lies she had spun had finally drawn too tight, threatening to suffocate her. In that moment, she realized she'd been so focused on being loved, on meeting Liam's expectations. She'd completely forgotten the importance of being truly known, of allowing him to see and accept her authentic self. The gravity of the moment demanded honesty, a willingness to dismantle the carefully constructed facade. Clara made a conscious decision to begin, not with grand, sweeping confessions that would overwhelm Liam, but with a simple, almost trivial truth. A small act of rebellion against the years of pretense. With that single admission, the first stone was dislodged. The foundation of her carefully constructed lies began to crumble. And with that, the dam began to break, slowly at first, but with an unstoppable force that threatened to wash away everything she thought she knew about herself and her relationship. One truth led to another. Clara confessed her culinary charades, her real career passions, her secret love for pop culture. Liam was bewildered, meeting the real Clara for the first time. Their imagined future, sleek city living, shared ambitions, suddenly seemed like a mirage. The most difficult confession was her past debt. Liam wasn't angry about the debt, but saddened by her lack of trust. The real issue was the absence of honesty. The illusion of perfect compatibility shattered. They stood in the rubble, two strangers who'd been intimate for months. Clara saw that lying doesn't preserve love, it creates a hollow replica. Disappointment filled the room. Liam's for the woman he thought he knew, Clara's for herself. She'd sacrificed authenticity for approval. The truth, though painful, was necessary. Only honesty could have built something real. After their confessions, a quiet distance grew. They moved through routines like strangers, intimacy replaced by awkward politeness. Liam questioned every memory, unsure what was real. Attempts to reconnect felt forced. Clara tried to be authentic, but the chasm was too wide. Their final conversation was heartbreakingly civil. "I fell in love with a person who doesn't really exist," Liam said. "I was so afraid of rejection, I never let you know the real me," Clara replied. The relationship died of starvation, deprived of honesty. Their separation was a lesson in the destructive power of lies. A relationship built on deception is doomed to fail. The pain of the ending was the price of a dishonest beginning. Clara began to understand the true cost of inauthenticity. After the breakup, Clara embraced solitude and self-discovery. She filled her home with the books and art she loved. She cooked for herself, not for show. Slowly, she reacquainted herself with her true identity. She committed to radical self-honesty, facing her flaws and fears. This new foundation was built on self-awareness and acceptance. Months later, she met Ben at a pottery class. Their first conversation was about their mutual lack of pottery skills, a small, honest failure. With Ben, Clara practiced honesty from the start. She shared her real tastes and preferences without performance. Each truth brought liberation. Ben was intrigued, not deterred. He was getting to know the real Clara. For the first time, she was simply being herself. Authenticity became her new foundation. Clara and Ben's relationship was different. It wasn't a whirlwind romance or a passionate infatuation. It was something far more profound, something that resonated on a deeper level, slower, quieter, built on shared vulnerability. It was a connection forged in the quiet moments, in the spaces between words where true understanding blossomed. They nurtured their bond with patience and empathy. Clara told Ben the whole story of her past with Liam, laying bare her experiences and the emotional scars they left behind. She spoke with raw honesty, trusting him with her deepest vulnerabilities, not seeking absolution but sharing her truth. It wasn't about seeking forgiveness for past actions, but about offering him a complete and unvarnished view of who she was. Ben listened, offering acceptance instead of judgment. He didn't flinch or recoil. Instead, he held space for her pain and offered unwavering support. He understood that her past didn't define her. In that moment, Clara felt the difference between conditional approval and genuine love. She realized that Ben's love wasn't contingent on her being perfect, but on accepting her as she was, imperfections and all. Their life together blended their differences, creating a tapestry woven with unique threads. They found joy in shared experiences, but also respected each other's individuality. His minimalism, her cozy clutter, they learned to appreciate the beauty in each other's contrasting styles, finding harmony in their differences. Their home reflected two individuals choosing to share a life, a space where both personalities could shine. It was a testament to their commitment to compromise and understanding, not one erasing themselves for the other. They nurtured their individual passions and supported each other's growth, understanding that a healthy relationship allows for personal fulfillment. Their love was strong because it was honest, built on a foundation of transparency and trust. They communicated openly and honestly, even when it was difficult, knowing that honesty was the key to lasting intimacy. The answer to whether one should lie for love is clear. Deception, no matter how well-intentioned, ultimately erodes the very fabric of a relationship. Lies build houses on sand, destined to crumble under the weight of their own deceit. They may offer temporary shelter, but they can never provide the security of a solid foundation. Only honesty creates a foundation that endures, a bedrock of trust that can withstand the trials and tribulations of life. It's the cornerstone of a love that lasts. True love requires the courage to be seen, flaws and all. It demands vulnerability, the willingness to expose your true self, even the parts you're ashamed of. Only when you are truly known can you be truly loved. It's in that complete acceptance, that unwavering understanding, that true intimacy flourishes. Clara's journey proved that authenticity is the bedrock of lasting connection, the key ingredient in a love that stands the test of time. And that is a foundation that stands against any storm, a testament to the enduring power of honesty and vulnerability in love.